Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
Terrence.
What's up?
And Carrie.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. Carrie, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
It's a very special trailer, the reason why you're here.
Yep, that's basically it.
Quickly, before we get started, make sure you get those 5-star reviews in on iTunes. As long as they're 5 stars, we will read them on air. Checked out this week. Carrie and I saw Thor Ragnarok, so that review is up on our YouTube channel and also in the Coming Distractions podcast feed. So make sure you go check that out as well. No spoilers, but we talk in depth about the performances and everything and what we thought of it. So check that out. Did any of you guys have anything for checked out?
I saw Suburbicon.
Oh yeah, okay. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Suburbicon is not getting good reviews. And I think it's the Iron Man 3 effect, where people think, like, remember in Iron Man 3, people thought that the Mandarin was one thing, but they went to see the movie and it was something totally different.
Yep.
And then they're like, well, fuck this. This entire movie is garbage because I was fooled from clever marketing.
Bamboozled again.
Like
No
Drive.
stars.
Like Drive, yeah. That's a
Drive
Yeah.
the exact same issue.
Yeah. This movie's very good. It's not, they didn't, it's very good in my opinion. Now, I'll qualify that by saying I'm a Coen Brothers apologist.
Sure.
Like even their not so good movies, Hail Caesar, I find enjoyment in.
Yeah, a lot of people did not like that.
Right.
This was directed by George Clooney.
Yep.
Yep.
And written by him, the Coens, and one other person.
Grant Heslov.
And it's a story about this manufactured community called Suburbicon that's full of diversity, and they show how diverse it is by showing white people from Missouri and white people from New Hampshire and white people from Connecticut who all came to live in this town.
It's quite diverse.
And all of a sudden,
All different shades of pink.
Is it
and or
called
off pink.
Columbia, Maryland? Is that?
That was supposed to be diverse.
25% on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's doing really
yo,
good.
I guarantee you, every negative review is from a white man. I guarantee it. Because
Why is
because this movie talks about race, like it has a subplot where this Suburbicon neighborhood, these black people move in, the Millers, and everybody in Suburbicon is fucking pissed because they're like, oh well, I didn't come here to live next to these niggers, right? So
And this takes place in what, the 50s?
1969.
yeah. And
According to the Wikipedia page.
and they don't, and so the Millers are here, and throughout the story, you see the Millers just being harassed, right? Because you can't force them out, so everyone is trying to push them out. Now that's the B plot, right? The A plot is interesting. I don't want to give too much away, but everything you need to know about the A plot involving Matt Damon and his family, you kind of get from the trailers.
Okay.
There's something bad going on in Suburbicon.
And he kind of gets wrapped up in all of that.
And he gets wrapped up in it. And the meta story is that there's something bad going on in Suburbicon, but you people are focused on these black people that live here.
Oh, I see.
And that's the point of the movie, right? Like,
yeah,
maybe you need to look at yourselves before you start trying to push these people out.
Right. Huh, that's interesting.
And people don't like being told that, right? Like, because you don't get that in any of the marketing.
There's no black people in the trailer at all.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Right. You don't get
Surprise.
You don't get any of that in the marketing. And it's now look, I mean, it's about as subtle as a fucking hammer to an elbow, right? Like but I don't know. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. If you have an open mind, I would go check it out. If you like the Coen Brothers movies, I would check it out. It's like a dark. It's a super dark comedy.
Okay. Now let me ask you something just real quick. Was it better going in and knowing or not knowing that subplot? Did you feel like that?
I think that it probably affected me, one, because I'm black and like, yeah, I see that shit happen.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, And 2, I didn't know anything about it.
Right.
And even knowing that subplot, there's still parts of the movie that, while you will guess the hook of that movie half hour in, right?
Okay.
That's probably the biggest negative that I can give it,
Right.
is that the plot, you can see it coming from a mile away.
It's just simplistic.
Right. But it's still an enjoyable story. The people who get their comeuppance get their comeuppance. And it's a commentary on race. It's not Get Out levels of commentaries on race.
Right.
But I feel like I need to champion this movie just because people are mad at it, because, white people are talking about how white people need to look inside themselves before they start worrying about what other people are doing.
Interesting.
This neighborhood was fine until they moved in. Like,
Except it actually wasn't.
right. And they didn't have anything to do with it.
Right. And it sounds to me like it's sort of an allegory for what's going on in the modern age, right? Which
Yep.
is you're worried about immigrants or minorities or
Right.
what have you. Meanwhile, the country is going to hell in a handbasket that has nothing to do with minorities whatsoever.
Right. Your beautiful manufactured world that you created
It's bullshit.
is bullshit.
Yeah. That's interesting. All right, cool. I mean, Clooney has always been a guy who's been pretty heavy into sort of pushing that sort of narrative.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously he hasn't done a lot of directing, but just working in like racial issues, like in real life and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that that's the angle.
I mean, he married an activist. Like,
yeah, he launched a satellite to watch to like try to deter people from doing genocide in Darfur. Like he literally did that. So I mean, there are not a lot
He's
of people
all
who can
in.
say, "Hey, I had a satellite launch to like protect these people." Like, no big deal.
right.
Like, and I was also in those Ocean's movies, which were pretty cool.
Yeah. Those are fun.
I just read a title of an article.
Yeah, I saw what page you were on.
That just doesn't
not worth it.
didn't get it. And that's from the other side. So
Yeah.
all right, whatever.
Well, maybe you're the one who's wrong, Micah.
Maybe. I doubt
about
it.
Coming from my perspective, I'm pretty sure I'm right. All right, so no science and tech this week. However, I did find an excellent stupid tech, and this is going to be more of a visual, but this is for the Jolie Burrow, the portable standing desk.
An evolutive and nomadic standing desk.
Whoever wrote that is a dick.
Adapted to all kind of working spaces, our furniture allows to the different users to change their working habits.
So it's a mobile desk.
Yes.
But if you look at the images of said mobile desk, they're all being used on desks.
Yes.
like, okay, why don't I just use a desk?
The
This is stupid.
I've seen desks like these before. Somebody at my job has one.
Yeah, we have the ones that like it's like a big thing that you like hit a button and it like raises up.
I have one at my job. I use it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get this?
No.
Because you don't want something that is literally the size of your laptop and that's it.
Yeah, it's really small. I do not use a standing desk because I like to sit.
That's a solid
just
reason.
like to keep-
Weirdly, it's
yeah.
the same reason that I don't have a standing desk either. My boss is like, "Do you want one?" No, because I can't fall asleep at my desk standing. That's stupid.
So
Idiot.
it's significantly more difficult.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's not
I used to
impossible.
work. I used to work on my feet all day. I worked retail for years. You know what I don't miss? Being on my fucking feet all day.
Yeah, I mean, they say standing at least for part of the day is good. Like just from
that's
a
what I
health
do,
perspective.
to keep the circulation in. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm sitting for like fucking 4 hours at a time. That's not comfortable for me.
That's interesting. Like for me, so I sit the vast majority of the day, but I'll get up and I'll leave the building and I'll walk the campus. Like, so I'll go walk for like 30 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
because I'm not doing any work anyway. So like, I might as well. But I'll do that, or I'll just kind of like walk to another part of the building and walk back or something like that. But if I've been sitting too long, but otherwise,
No.
you know how great it is to have, like, we got like some pretty premium chairs. Let me just take advantage of this government funded accessories. Yeah, but this seems silly. Also, who's carrying this around?
I like how they have this infographic where it's like you can use it at home on your home desk or at the office on your office desk or in a co-working space, also known as a fucking office.
Yeah. You didn't need to say it twice, guys. And they've got like a holder for your phone and your headphones, and like I feel like they're overcomplicating something that is incredibly simple.
I mean, look, it's a cute design. It just like the fact that it only like they're like, oh, it's portable, so it can only be so big, which means it's fucking useless.
Yo, this nigga just pulled into work on a bike and just kind of sat that shit on the outside on the wall. That shit is getting stolen. I would steal it.
What, the bike?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just sitting there.
He didn't lock it up. That's a crime of opportunity.
Like, come on, yo. You're gonna be at work all day. That doesn't make any sense.
At first, I thought you was talking about somebody's gonna steal a desk. Like, really?
No one's gonna steal the desk.
They don't even know what the fuck it is. It's just a terrible, terrible backpack.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I like the French, but
do you?
I do. I like going over there. They're nice, but they're my kind of snooty. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Yeah, they're my kind of pretentious. I enjoy that very much. But this is, and if you look at the video, I cheated and I looked at the video. And it is a lovely young French woman talking about just giving the bullshit sales pitch about how it's oh well you can do this and you can do this and this that and that, and I'm like, yo,
good accent,
like,
good French woman accent.
Like, get the fuck out of here with this dumb shit. No, I don't believe in standing desks. Just stand up. Just stand up.
Believe in standing
I don't
desks?
believe in them. I don't believe in them.
They don't exist.
They're an abomination. This
Didn't
Reservoir Dogs? I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in tipping.
I don't believe in standing desks. You know what I believe in standing desks.
Just stand up.
Mike is Mr. Pink.
And you're working on a laptop. How about you
take it anywhere?
How about you get the circulation in your arms, right? And then how about you just hold your fucking laptop up and do this, and then switch arms, and then you'll have toned arms and good circulation.
That seems like a lot of work. I just go to the gym. And
Yeah.
sit. I just go sit my ass down for 8 hours, and then I just go to the gym for an hour. That's it. I don't need to work out while working. That seems counterintuitive.
They're like, I'm looking it up now. There have been reviews done. There is really no evidence that standing desks actually do much of anything to improve.
I don't think
your
people
health.
use them enough for it to really be that significant, right?
Right.
There was this whole thing. I remember listening to this one guy was talking about how they were starting a school that the kids spend most of the day standing. I was like, is it a military school? Because that sounds awful to me.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it's good for them. I'm like,
No, it's not.
Is it? Because my knees are screaming just thinking about that. Like, no.
No, we want them to get flat feet.
Yeah. I have flat feet.
I have flat feet.
I'm like a cop. It's ridiculous. Just like, there is just no. I remember when my wife saw me stand on the floor once. She was like, Jesus Christ. Like, she was horrified. Just like, your feet are so flat. I'm like, fuck you and your fucking arches. Get out of here.
Fucking Clayface just standing up, with his skin just falling down.
Yeah, exactly. Just meets the floor with zero resistance.
I had to go to physical therapy a couple years ago for my shitty ankle. And when I was there, they took a look at my feet and they were like, well, this is probably a lot of the problem is that you're just really flat-footed and you walk bad, so
you walk
better.
You walk bad.
Literally, they were like, you don't
Carrie,
walk good.
walk better. I don't. How? Like, I move like this. Should I move like this? I don't know. I'm confused.
That was literally a conversation
That was
I had to have.
No, that's a terrible doctor. Walk better. Fuck off. Now give me my copay. Insurance is a racket. Get out of here.
Like, so being flat-footed means you just have
like no arches.
Arch at all.
Yeah.
That seems weird.
Yeah, I don't. I like.
Is that why you don't like feet?
I mean, probably. It's the arch. It's the arch thing. For
Yeah.
me. There's a weird fetish. I only like chicks with flat feet. Like, yeah, it seems odd.
I bet you anything that's a thing though.
It probably is. I've been on Pornhub long enough to know there's a thing for everything.
There's there's the fetish within the fetish.
Ugh. No, see, once you go one level down, nah, man, that's a dark hole. You don't need to. Don't do that. Oh, I'm into it. Don't do that. Just stay on the surface, man. All right, no comic news this week. Question of the week. We talked about Daredevil season 3 bringing back the Kingpin. So I basically asked, who would you like to see alongside Wilson Fisk come back in Daredevil season 3 or be introduced in Daredevil season 3 that would help expand the universe after the Defenders?
Leonardo says, first, I don't know who that is. Malcolm says, Tombstone, Hobgoblin, and even Jay's favorite, Big Wheel.
Hell yeah.
Brian says, Stiltman or the Matador. Oh, Stiltman and the Matador will get the fuck out.
Well, Stiltman is what's his name? The black dude, right? That's in all of these. Like that's
Turk?
Turk. That's his alter ego. So yeah, why not? It would be kind of funny because Stiltman is ridiculous.
Yeah. Henry says Typhoid Mary, and Typhoid Mary.
Okay.
Mark says, I think Bullseye would make a good villain to bring in with realistic abilities you can grit up. Other than that, I'm thinking Typhoid Mary would be interesting as hell to throw at Daredevil.
Wasn't Typhoid Mary in the Elektra movie?
Yes, she was.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Khalif says Lady Bullseye. She's also a lawyer, so that would be great conflict between them in the courtroom and on the streets, or even in the sheets. Lavara says Bullseye and fuck it, get Colin Farrell. just to make up for that hand bullshit, because it really killed the Defenders and drug down the second season of Daredevil. I agree. I did not like the hand. I thought they're
boring.
They were a big disappointment.
Which is sad because they're ninjas,
right?
Like that should have been a blast.
They can be done well if they're written well, and they were not. I
feel like there weren't enough of them. Like they're like this massive organization. I was like, it's like 9 dudes. Like there they are. They're all standing over there. Like just kill those guys. Like it should have just been waves and waves of ninjas. Like in Daredevil season 2, when they like attacked that hospital and they were just like coming out, it was like, oh shit, there's a lot of them. Like that felt cooler. Or the end of that season. But in Defenders, it just didn't seem like enough of them.
I still haven't finished it.
Yeah.
The Defenders.
What,
Probably
no, I haven't.
You watched the first 4 episodes?
No.
Oh.
The first 3.
You got to watch the 4th one, and then you can stop. They come together for the first time.
I don't care.
All right.
If you haven't watched it by now,
I'm just didn't give a fuck. I was like this. I don't like
Iron Fist.
He just fucked the entire series up for me.
Well,
like literally,
he's the crux of that entire story.
He's the MacGuffin of that story. Like the plot revolves around him.
No thanks.
Max says Big Wheel. Max says Big Wheel is a Daredevil villain, correct? I thought it was a Spider-Man villain.
I'm pretty sure he's a Spider-Man villain. Maybe originally he wasn't.
There is a huge fan group for him. Hire me, Netflix. I'm going to get you bank. Leopoldo says, we did not get a crazy Buckwild story from Iron Fist. Why not get one through Daredevil and the birth of Blackheart? With the birth of Blackheart's story, it includes Mephisto, Blackheart. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I do know who that is.
Yeah, you know who Blackheart looks like. So for those of you that don't know, Blackheart is a giant black beast with like dreads. So he's basically what every cop sees as black people. And
God damn it!
I mean,
you're not wrong, but God damn it!
Yeah, that's the only way I can explain all those shootings.
He was coming right for me. He's like the Hulk. He was 5'9", 155 pounds. What are you talking about?
Karnak, Gorgon, and Spider-Man. Outside of Mephisto and Blackheart, you could change the other characters to the Defenders and be set.
You think they're going to move Karnak and Gorgon and all those guys around the MCU since Inhumans was absolute garbage? They're just like, you can just go over there. They just like start sprinkling them into better shows.
Honestly, from what I
don't think so.
Hear, the only thing that they would probably take from the Defenders is Lockjaw.
Or you mean Inhumans?
Or Inhumans is Lockjaw, yeah.
I like Lockjaw.
The dog?
Yeah.
Big ass dog.
Yeah, you can teleport. That's it.
When they do the inevitable Kamala Khan series, Lockjaw will be in that.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Does he talk? No.
No, it's just a big mascot.
So how the fuck does he how does he know where he's going to teleport?
He just tell him. People tell him.
Doesn't he wear a tuning fork on his head?
I mean, that's just a part of who he is. But people say, "Oh, take this person to X place," and he just goes. Like he literally just does fetch. Like that's the whole thing. He's a big dog. He's the best part of that show, and he doesn't have dialogue.
He's not even real.
He's not even real.
Goddamn digital effect.
Yeah.
And it's not even a very good digital.
It's just a big dog. Like they just took
Who doesn't like a huge dog?
Yeah,
everybody.
All right. Lockjaw, Micah's least favorite character. But all they did was they just took a dog and then they just zoomed the camera in. Like, yeah, it's a regular dog. Yeah, just zoom in. That's fine.
Superimpose that zoomed in dog's performance.
Yeah, Oscar worthy.
Big puppy.
Damon says, I don't know if Marvel Studios has the rights to Mysterio. They had a whole story arc about Matt dealing with the religious issues.
Yeah, they would. With Spider-Man. Yeah, they would.
I guess. I don't know how many of the villains are up for grabs from Marvel.
It's actually kind of hard to say, I guess.
They had a whole story arc about Matt dealing with religious issues, and the source of his torment was Mysterio. That would be an interesting enemy to do some psychological to Matt, psychological damage to Matt. Had they not killed off the Purple Man, that could have also been a small Jessica Jones crossover. Mysterio, okay. You putting that big fishbowl on him?
In a movie, not in the series. No. Not in the series. But you could do it in a movie.
Yeah, you could pull that off in a movie.
Because, he's a magician. Like, he's supposed to be ridiculous. All you have to do is introduce him with the fishbowl on his head as a magician. Like, I'm the great Mysterio. And people are like, that's goofy. And just leave it on. Yeah. As long as you can't see his face in the thing, totally works.
Mysterio was like...
You can't just have it if Terrence just put a fishbowl on his head, just like, hey guys, it's me, I'm Mysterio. You're not Mysterio, you're Terrence wearing a fishbowl on your head. This is ridiculous.
Mysterio was my favorite character in the 90s Spider-Man.
He was, the cartoon, yeah, absolutely. He was awesome. But I didn't like that sort of the Ultimate Universe version of Mysterio where it was just like a smoke head. I was like, eh.
No, he's got to have the fishbowl.
You got to have the fishbowl, man.
Ramirez says Typhoid Mary, a villain who has an identity disorder, who doesn't know she's an assassin hired by Kingpin. Plus, she's an ex-girlfriend of Maddox too.
Does that seem repetitive though?
What? It does, having ex-girlfriend.
Another ex-girlfriend as a villain. I feel like you could do her, but just take that part out of the backstory, maybe.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could do that. You could take her out of the backstory. You could take that part out of the backstory. But even if you leave it in, as long as her performance is better than Elodie Young's was,
how could it be? How could it be? Impossible.
Cam says, I think bringing in Tombstone and the mob makes a ton of sense. Tombstone can either be working for Kingpin or trying to become the new boss of the underworld. They can tie it into Punisher and the other series easily as well. And Anthony says, Bullseye, what's going on with Daredevil's chest, shoulder, forearm proportions in that drawing? Yeah, it looks kind of weird. Anthony.
Yeah, he's got like a unimuscle. It's just all this is just one thing,
and it looks incredibly large as opposed to the rest to his hand and to his head.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
He's got that's the biggest. That tricep is as big as my thigh. That shit is ridiculous.
He just drew a leg on the side of his body.
He just drew a leg and then just put a hand right there.
He's like, yeah, it's fuck it. It's fine. Also, he's fighting Kingpin, who seems to be 19 sizes bigger than him. Good Lord.
Thank you for the responses, everyone.
All right. Moving on from there. Make sure you go to thenerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. As long as you use that link, we get a little bit of a kickback, and you don't pay anything extra, which is really great for us. And it's a great way to, quote unquote, donate to the show, even if you don't have the money to do so. All right. Lightning round this week. Playboy thinks that Bret Ratner is too sleazy for them, which they're right. Bret Ratner,
it's the worst.
Human skin tag. That guy is gross. He looks gross. Apparently was named by 6 women for allegations of sexual harassment. Look, it ain't allegations. That nigga did it.
Right, he did it.
He did it. In the words of 50 Cent, he did that shit. Guilty as fuck. Like, get out of here. But he was supposed to direct the Hugh Hefner biopic. But
he ain't directing shit now.
Nope. And also Warner Brothers broke ties with him today as well. Which,
yeah, because they got a movie coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like, right. Like, we ain't got no time to have your ass anywhere near us. Look, I mean, do I think sexual harassment means that you can't ever work in Hollywood again? No. Do I think that means, am I okay with them shelving Bret Ratner for the
rest of his fucking life?
Yeah, for the foreseeable future, totally fine with it. Look, he stinks as a director anyway. Hollywood is not, it's not Martin Scorsese you're missing here. Like,
right.
Oh, but can we give him another? No, it's Bret Ratner. Like, I think the best movie he did was that heist movie with Eddie Murphy.
Tower Heist?
Yeah, which I think was I'm pretty sure got horrible reviews anyway. So, no, I will not.
He did Rush Hour, right?
Yeah, he did. Didn't he do the first Rush Hour?
Yeah, maybe. Sure. All right. I'll give you that.
That's not good enough to.
No, it is not good enough to
sweep the sexual assault.
Oh no,
shit.
not at all. But
he had that one.
He did that back in '98.
So back when I graduated high school, he had one hit. Good.
Yo, that movie's 20 years old.
I was 8 years old.
Shut up! God damn it! God. Wow, you were 8. That's.
Jesus.
A whole
every time you're on here, you remind us of just how old we are.
8. Yep. You're 10 years older than I am.
No, but there's a massive there's more than a 10 years difference as far as like brain wise between an 8-year-old and an 18. Well,
no.
Okay, maybe not that big.
Here's the thing.
It should be
10-year difference. We were both still playing Pokemon Snap. So
I mean, well, you're right. You're right.
Neither one of you were getting laid.
You knew.
So it's fine. Yeah, but
fuck that guy.
Yeah, pretty much. So look, give it to somebody else. That's fine. I don't really care. I'm not blown away by the idea of a Hugh Hefner biopic anyway.
I mean,
I don't really care.
I think that the history of Playboy as a publication and the sort of hurdles that they had to get through as far as censorship laws in the United States makes for a really interesting story. At the end of the day, was Hugh Hefner a fucking creepy asshole who abused the shit out of most of the women who lived at the Playboy mansion? Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Without a doubt.
So I think it would be really difficult to sort of separate one from the other.
Yeah.
To make a convincing movie.
Right. I mean, look, you can't do. I never thought you could do a Hugh Hefner biopic while he was still alive.
No,
because you're gonna have to show some real dirty shit that this dude did. And look, you can watch the movie if you want to, Hugh, but it's not gonna work out for you. Better that you're dead.
Yeah,
you're gonna be mad.
Yeah, look, we got a whole laundry list of fucked up shit you did. Yeah, I know. There's 5 things you did that were pretty cool. This list of fucked up shit is real long.
Yeah,
real long.
Do you think a Hugh Hefner biopic would be better than The People versus Larry Flint? I feel like The People versus Larry Flint is a much more interesting story because it goes beyond just the smut, right?
Well, yeah, right. But of course, in a similar fashion, the kind of lawsuits that were brought against Hustler and the kind of stuff that Larry Flint took to court and whatnot, I think had a much bigger impact on journalism at large
without a doubt
than anything Hugh Hefner ever did.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think I've heard of Larry Flint systematically abusing women, objectifying.
Well, yeah, he was in a wheelchair. So
yeah,
he's probably come over here, touch my feet. It still works. It does.
Know who my favorite magician? David Copperfield. Yeah. That's a George Bush joke, guys.
Yeah, that's H.W. Bush. That's his favorite joke.
That's Poppy Bush's
joke?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
David Copperfield, give me your pussy. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, old man.
Look, I don't think I've ever said this on the show, but I'm sure we will be saying this over the course of many episodes to come. Old white men are wiling. What are you doing? He's 109 years old. I'm just gonna grab this woman's ass. Dude, come on.
I like how his
unless you're gonna die right then, to it.
His personal assistant's excuse was like, oh, he's in a wheelchair and like that's just where his hands end up.
He's in a wheelchair and this is where his hand ends up.
Yeah.
He seemed to have enough upper body strength to grab a tit. Oh no, I'm old and crazy. I don't know what's happening.
Old man ever grabs my ass, I'm beating the shit out of that old man.
I would have just
in public.
It would be hilarious, like if he grabbed her ass and like just wheeled himself up next to her, grabbed her ass, and she just grabbed his chair, flipped it over, like fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Like, oh shit, that young girl beat up George H.W. Bush. He touched my ass.
He would shatter into a million pieces immediately. Like
I'd pay to see it.
It's not even that he would die. He would literally fall apart at the seams at this point. Have you seen him?
Dude, he looks rough. He looks
like what's that guy?
Larry Flunt?
No, what's the other guy that can't talk? He talks with
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah.
Hawking?
That's kind of how he looks right now.
Yeah, like he doesn't look like he's not moving any of this kind of area. Like that when they did that thing for Texas, when it was like all the president, all the like real presidents were there, and and I said what I said, but they were all there, and they looked like they had just grabbed Poppy Bush and just like put him up in the chair, and
they propped him up like a fucking scarecrow.
Yeah, it was like Weekend at Bernie's, and he's just like put like fucking shades on him. He's been dead for 5 weeks. Yeah, Texas is great. Thanks. Yeah. So, Bret Ratner too sleazy for porn. So, okay.
How many more people?
I figure we got at least another 2 or 3 next week, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
Hoffman was probably pissed. He was like, "Yo, this was from like 1975. You know, I thought you forgot. Like, I thought I was clean. I thought I was good.
I mean, like." It's
70s, man.
It's like the ball is rolling and it's picking up a fuck ton of steam. I'm hoping we take out yeah, exactly. It's the Katamari Damacy of sexual assault cases.
I said 45%.
And then hopefully
45% of people in
Hollywood, yes. That's what I said.
In the style of Katamari Damacy, we will roll all of these people up and blow them up into a new star.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
I love
Look, just none of y'all fuck up, all right? Like, I don't want to have to go in here. Well, you know, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. And
did you see another story just came out like an hour ago about Kevin Spacey? Like a different kid came forward.
Yeah, I can't even read any more of it. I honestly can't. I mean, we're gonna talk about Kevin Spacey because it's not just sexual assault, but it also hurts us personally. So like that's more important, right? Yep. Is that how it works?
Yep.
If you can't see
You're
me,
fucking up my favorite series.
Right. If you can't see me, I'm making a sarcastic face. All right, next up, yeah, exactly. The Black Adam movie gets a writer. They are going to use the guy from the movie Undateable. Yo, he looks like great value, The Miz.
He looks like a swole Jeff Keighley to me.
I can see
great value Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
There's a sad series of words in one sentence.
Great value.
You know what?
Jeff Keighley is great value Jeff Keighley.
I think Jeff Keighley is the great value version of this guy.
Yeah, that's probably more.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I've met Jeff Keighley in person. He is.
Did he take
like a douche?
What's his name's dick out of his mouth long enough?
Hideo Kojima.
Yes.
He hosted
Hey, everybody.
He hosted he moderated the Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot history panel at San Diego this year. And like I get in the room and I sit down and he walks in and I'm like, motherfucker. Jeff fucking Keighley's here.
From the Game Awards?
But no, he was
Clever
pleasant.
name.
He's just like he's an untoasted slice of white bread. He's perfectly inoffensive.
God damn.
Like
your Wonder Bread with legs
is
offensive to me. He's too white.
You need a little toast on your white bread?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, if you're too white, you creep me out. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just imagine Jeff Keighley like coming up behind Terrence, like putting his hand on his shoulder.
Like,
hello, Terrence. This is my nightmare. Yeah. So this guy, Adam.
Yeah, good luck with that. Here.
Wait, what?
Adam,
you know what,
let's let
Carrie?
the white person take a shot at it.
I'm gonna go with Adam Ezekiel.
All right.
I feel
I'm
like
not
the
saying that
essence-
again.
Yo, there are way too many
like
consonants right in a row.
Adam Russian last name.
That's fun.
I feel like
That's
the
neat that it's got a
SMZ
writer.
is silent.
But here's the real question: is why are they doing a Black Adam movie?
Because The Rock.
Yo, I hope this movie fails. I kind of want it to fail.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm sick
agree
of this
with
nigga right now.
We
you know what?
just had this conversation.
You know who else is sick of him? Apparently, Tyrese Gibson.
That poor son of a bitch.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I support Tyrese in this. I do. I don't support him dedicating "Let's Get It On" to his own daughter. That seems weird. That's
Incredible.
like, dude, there
Off-putting.
are a lot of Marvin Gaye songs you could have chose other than that. Like literally all of them. All of them.
any of the other ones that aren't about fucking.
Yeah, I want to dedicate this to my 10-year-old daughter. Oh, what song is it? The one that they talk about fucking all the time. Wait, what? That's how she got made. That's not how that's going to come across, though.
No.
The audience react to that. Like I saw the video.
I couldn't watch it because it made me uncomfortable. Like he was like when he can't, because I was like, all right, there's no way that it's "Let's Get It On," right? Like maybe it's a montage of Marvin Gaye songs, and then he did that. Like I could see that when he was like, I am dedicating this song, and then he started singing. People were like, "Whoa!" And I was just like, "Click."
I was like, this nigga's really about to start singing.
I cut it off. I was like, no, because
I'm like, whoa, nigga. Like, what are you doing?
like
yo?
I felt like I was, it's that moment where you're like, I might be a party to pedophilia. Like I don't want to be here for this. Like no, I don't want like the cops to be like, you watch that video of Tyrese, and I'll be like, no, I didn't.
Nah.
You
it
wipe
wasn't
that
me.
shit off your fucking
Just smash a computer.
That was
no.
That was very bothersome to me.
No, I did
Like,
not. I couldn't watch it, dude.
I feel
Did he
like
listen to the
everything.
words?
No, he
He's
doesn't
dumb.
listen. He's dumb as shit. Dude.
He's a dumb.
I don't like. Look, I don't
think
know
he,
much
like,
about him.
modified him slightly.
But
like,
But
really
it's called
tried, let's get it on.
Get on what? By the way, he's like, let's get on a roller coaster together. I'm really trying to go to King's Dominion. Like, nah, man. Like, nah.
He's
Like,
really trying to go to therapy right
Yo,
now.
he
Like, I
needs.
think he
No,
needs
he's
to.
not.
Oh,
That's the fucking
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
He needs to.
No, God's got his back.
Does he? Does he though?
God doesn't give you anything that you cannot handle.
He can't handle that shit.
Well, tell God that.
It's God's fault. Look, I agree with Terrence though.
Don't blame God.
The
That's
Bill
not his
O'Reilly
fault.
fucking.
It's fucking.
I'm mad at.
the O'Reilly factor.
Yeah, I'm
Mad at God because
These bitches are diming me out.
Wait, what?
Yo,
that was
he
his-
said that he was mad at God because he's going through all this shit that he's going through.
Oh, no,
God
yeah.
didn't tell you to pull your dick out, lay it on her leg, and be like, "Hey, you ready for the O'Reilly factor?" Like, no, dude. God didn't make you do that. You did that. Come on, dog. And now you're doing a shitty podcast in your garage. Get out of here.
Oh shit.
We at least got a studio.
Again.
Right,
wait.
exactly. We have a fucking studio. What the fuck are you doing, Bill O'Reilly? Get out of here.
Like, yo, your demographic ain't listening to podcasts, my nigga. Like,
They don't know what it is.
They don't.
I think he
what?
charges the same that we charge.
What, $5?
Yeah, I think he charges $5 a month. I'm like, to listen to Bill O'Reilly lie to you? Is it only $5? It's a deal. Amazing. I agree with you, Terrence. I hope this fails.
Yeah.
Not like oh, it did well in numbers, but like critically it was mixed.
No,
not
I don't
like
want it to make money.
I want this to geostorm that shit. Like I want this to critically and financially bomb.
Let me ask you all a
Do
question.
you think by the time this comes out, like everybody's gonna be like, all right, nigga, goddamn.
I hope so. Like I feel like more people are kind of switching to that situation. Like I honestly I think The Rock is kind of a dick. Like I do. You know, people give Tyrese, and they have every right to give Tyrese a hard time. Every right. But he's not wrong about that Fast and Furious shit. He's not. He's 100% right. That dude has come in and he's trying to take over that entire franchise. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. I mean, look,
I
granted.
still haven't seen any of those movies, so.
I mean, you ain't missing too much.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
feel
Just
like
see
I am.
6.
Yeah, just 6 forward. Actually, you know what?
Just
5 for it. Yeah.
They were fun. What were you about to say?
I'm gonna do you one better.
Ones,
do you think this movie will even come out?
That's a. I would say it's a coin flip.
Release date.
I would say it's a coin flip. I think that depends entirely, and we will talk about this momentarily. I think it depends entirely on how well Justice League does, and on how well whatever other DC bullshit they have planned, like Aquaman. I think it depends on the next couple, 2,
well,
3
Aquaman
films.
is done filming now.
Well, yeah. But as far as when that comes out, is Aquaman going to be good? I'm going to see it because I want to see that dude with a shirt off. But
I have a feeling that one's going to be good because that's done by
it's James Wan. I keep getting those.
James Wan, yeah.
Okay.
They're all the same person to me.
Justin
Lin, James Wan.
They just replaced one Asian dude with him.
Yeah, I also think
who did the Star Trek one? That was Justin Lin.
Yeah,
that was Justin
Lin.
Yeah, I think it depends entirely on how the next couple DC
if they can get their footing.
EU, yeah. Because if Justice League comes out and fucking sucks, and Aquaman comes out and fucking sucks,
they'll be like, nah, nigga.
Then
yeah, you are not the franchise Viagra.
We've still got,
and no one knows who the fuck Black Adam is to begin with.
Yeah, if they can't make Justice League work,
that has Batman, the Flash, Superman, and Aquaman, and Wonder Woman.
That people actually
make that work. Yeah, because Wonder Woman was fucking awesome. If you can't make that work, I'm done. I might just be done. Fuck it.
I'm going to see
pull
Aquaman.
a mic and be like, I'm done.
I mean, I'll see Aquaman just because. I mean, that's James Wan. I have a feeling that's going to be very good. But
Jason Momoa,
that dude is not wearing a shirt 93% of the time in that movie. I can guarantee it. I wouldn't if I was him. I wouldn't wear a shirt.
I wouldn't wear a shirt.
Around.
I was about to say the same thing. I wouldn't wear a shirt.
Yeah,
where? Anywhere.
Yeah, I would live in a warm climate and I would never wear a shirt, or in a cold climate and it would be Nipple City. What's up? Yeah, I look like this.
Nipple City.
Yeah, deal with it. Yeah, but no, it's true. It's a fact.
Jesus, where would you want to go? Suplex City or Nipple City? I mean, that's
depends on whose nipples and who's doing the suplex.
they're both Brock Lesnar. So the answer is no and. Yeah, so look, this is happening, I guess. I don't really give a shit. This guy has worked on Spy Guys, Due Date, which I actually like that movie, and We're the Millers 2. So but they're all comedies, obviously. So we'll see.
I mean, the thing is, and continuing into the next story, the Marvel family of comics, between Shazam / Captain Marvel and Black Adam, always they need that sort of comedic twinge to them in order to really be faithful to the spirit of those comic books. Yeah,
I agree. Okay, so DC's Shazam finally got Shazam. It's only taken forever. So they have decided to pick Zachary Levi. He was the star of that TV show Chuck. For a while.
I always got him and John Krasinski mixed up.
That's fair. They have the same face.
I thought John Krasinski was Chuck.
Yeah, me too.
No, he's Jim from The Office.
I thought he was him too.
I didn't know they were two different people.
No, he's Jack Ryan now.
Okay. Who? Which one? Zachary Levi?
No, John Krasinski.
Jim from The Office.
I didn't watch The Office.
You should.
John Krasinski. 13.
Yeah, 13. He they could have interchanged. Whatever. Fine. I mean, he was fucking jacked in 13 hours. If he could put him on the same diet, it's fine. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking give a fuck about this movie until it comes out.
I can't. I'm not a person who's wow, this whole I'm a huge Shazam person. I'm not. So I don't have anything against this movie. I don't have anything for this movie. Zachary Levi, I've seen a little bit of Chuck and stuff like that. Seems like a fine actor. That's fine.
I'm just mad this isn't John Cena.
I agree with that. That's a disappointing choice.
Zachary Levi is probably taller than John Cena.
That's probably
actually.
Yeah, look, I think Zachary Levi is a fine actor. I think you can put him on the Chris Pratt diet, and he will turn out just fine. As Shazam.
People worried about how thin he is. I'm like,
no, he's
going to be fine. They're gonna.
Have you seen pictures of Chris Hemsworth before he became Thor?
Oh my God,
he was fucking skinny as shit.
He was his brother.
Yeah, and not anymore. He was fucking huge.
Look, I think
I don't even know how to get one of these muscles back here. I'm like, yo, like I saw Thor Ragnarok. I was like, your arms don't even make sense, dog. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was crazy. It's crazy.
There are some Shazam storylines that are really interesting. I think the best one is just the power of Shazam. I think the publication history of the character is really interesting, but that's because I'm a fucking comics nerd, and the golden age history of Captain Marvel is interesting to me and probably only me.
Well, you and like James Gunn, he did a whole write-up about that today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There was a whole thing, because I want to say it was Zachary Levi who came out and was like, well, you know, he is the original Captain Marvel, and people are like, no, blah, blah, blah. And James Gunn is like, yeah, that's fucking true.
Yeah.
And like,
the only reason why Marvel Comics was able to call a hero in the 70s Captain Marvel is because of copyright bullshit being lost by DC and Fawcett.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, look, Zachary Levi, I got no problem with his casting. I'm glad they finally have somebody. I am slightly disappointed it's not Johnson.
New Line Cinema? Is that not Warner Brothers? That's not. Is that Warner Brothers? Does Warner Brothers own New Line Cinema? Shazam is DC, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting little note. There was talk that this was not going to be in the DCEU at one point.
New Line Cinema is an American film production label of Warner Brothers Entertainment.
Huh.
Why are they doing?
Why are they doing that under New Line? That's very bizarre.
That is interesting.
Well, I guess they don't. Is this a one-off?
Maybe to fool people.
Yeah, maybe to fool people. No, I don't think they would. I don't think they plan on doing Shazam and Black Adam as anything other than mainline.
I had heard talk that Shazam wasn't. There was talk of that a while ago, but I don't think it was confirmed. So I have no idea. But that's an interesting note. That why would they do New Line?
Maybe because Shazam's power set is somewhat similar to Superman, that they're going to put it under New Line, and then if you put it under New Line and it takes off, you can have a whole nother cinematic universe.
Who the fuck are the Shazam villains besides Black Adam?
Revolving around Shazam.
It's really just Black Adam. It's really it.
The Rock is going to refuse.
Black Adam and the fact that Billy Batson has homework to do. I mean, look, I've always found the character of Shazam or Captain Marvel or whatever you want to call him pretty compelling, just as far as like he's a kid who likes heroes, and like when he says this magic word, he gets to turn into a hero, and it's interesting.
Beat people up.
Yeah, beat the shit out of people.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then you can have that and try to fucking manufacture a fight between, like, who would win the fight between, yo? Shazam versus Superman.
Superman wins every time. I'm pretty fucking positive.
Because one of them has the mind of a child.
And the other is Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Alien Jesus.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, kid. Yeah, Micah, this story is pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Fox is rebooting 24 as a female-led legal thriller.
I love this combo of stock images. That
Fuck this. That's so lazy.
They're like,
you didn't even fucking try, dude. Just like
a legal pad,
like,
courtroom, lady judge, 24.
So that lady judge got a wig, perfect, doubly good. It's like, I'm pretty sure she's British.
Is this for real? Like,
Yes.
this is not a joke.
Not this image.
Yeah, not
No, I mean like
the story.
The story.
Yeah, Fox is reportedly developing a new incarnation of the Emmy Award-winning drama 24, which will retain its real-time format. Look, I need people to stop saying that. It's not in real time. Okay, just calm down. But this time they're swapping it within the criminal legal justice system and puts focus on a female lawyer. The new season will center around a female prosecutor who uncovers a legal conspiracy and has to work against the clock to save a death row inmate facing imminent execution, whom she has helped prosecute but may be innocent.
So this is the last. So this is basically the last day.
Yeah, this is Dead Man.
Keep him alive.
This is Dead Man Walking.
Because that shit takes years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid.
I think that the premise is fine. I think calling it 24 is stupid.
Yeah, 24 is about like terrorism.
This is an opportunity for you to rebrand this series. I don't necessarily have a problem with another legal drama. I do have a problem with the real-time aspect of a legal drama.
That shit is gonna be boring as
fuck.
What? It's gonna be 5 episodes.
Right.
Just going over files for fucking
2 episodes of people just fucking deliberating. Like, what?
You know the funny thing is? You're going to watch the shit out of this because your wife is going to be
because she's going to be all about it. Because lawyer. What is this? Like lawyer.
Real-time lawyering? Well, I do it all day. I definitely want to watch it all night. That sounds great.
God.
Sorry.
Not go after that.
Blow my
I
brains
couldn't
up.
imagine.
Yeah, it does not bode well for like specifically that type of story.
Yeah,
it ain't like it's a trial that may be fascinating. Like it's her working to save this dude's life.
Like somehow it's
going
going to be
over files. Like that's what else do you do? What is
like, can you imagine
to be traveling across the world to try to figure out stupid shit to keep this dude alive?
Like,
can you imagine the night of in real time?
Like this is taking forever. They set his bed on fire 7 episodes ago. Who cares?
No,
The Night of is a great show, by the way.
There's going to be an episode of her going through files. There's going to be an episode of that dude just eating his last meal.
Yeah.
You don't know what his last meal is going to be. That's a cliffhanger.
That's the cliffhanger.
They're going to be like, here's your last meal, and then credits.
We'll see you next week. Did he get fried chicken or steak or both?
You can get whatever you want. It's his last meal.
And is it going to take the entire 24 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Micah, you let us know how this is because you're going to be watching this shit.
Have fun with that.
You know what? I'm forwarding this story to your wife right now.
They might cheat like they did the last season. Season
go ahead and talk it up. Try to save yourself.
The last season was only 12 hours, and then someone got shot, and they were like, and they fast forwarded. 12 hours later. Like,
oh come on,
come on, yo.
No.
Do they have like the VCR fast forward effect?
That is pathetic, by the way.
That was pretty sad.
Like,
man.
You're not just going to do 24 hours? Don't worry. Just skip 12. It's fine.
That was the season where Major Dad's son was Jimmy Smits.
But, okay. but that guy was, Major Dad was also the father of Will Smith in that movie, Focus.
Yeah, Major Dad was also 20 years older than Will Smith in that movie as opposed to 5.
Oh, that's true. Jimmy Smith is not a young guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this movie will not have DC thugs killing terrorists, so unfortunately, this.
Yeah, well, that's already a knock against it.
That's so funny to me. This is such a silly premise.
Rolled up on them in fucking black expeditions. That shit was amazing, yo.
What was it, DC?
Yeah, it was DC.
It wasn't saying hey, yo.
They wasn't saying hey, yo. Yeah, right. With the radios blasting.
All mothers don't say that.
I don't know what that even means.
I still don't know what the fuck that means. Like
DC?
They literally speak a different language. Like they speak a different language. That shit is.
Look, I went to school. I went to college in Maryland, but really close to DC, so there was plenty of people from Baltimore area and plenty of people from the DC area, and it literally I might as well have been going to school in China. I was like, I understand half the people here, the rest of you I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And they're like, oh, where are you from? I'm 30 minutes up the road, dude. What language are you speaking? Yuns? What is that? You're not in South Carolina. You're right there. I can see your city. You live in a city. Next up, Ron Howard reportedly reshot nearly all of the Solo, a Star Wars story, after he had to come on after Phil Lord and Chris Miller were taken off the film. Wow, that's crazy.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, it does. But apparently, Thandie Newton said that 90% of her scenes that were shot by Lord and Miller are still in the movie, so we don't know. But yeah, having to do almost all of the movie over again. I mean, they probably just didn't have to do the CGI action beats is probably my guess, but yeah. I'm very interested to see if this movie ends up being good.
I hope it doesn't suck.
I mean, Howard's such a good fucking director.
He is.
He's safe though.
Yeah.
He's very safe. And I wouldn't imagine a safe director for the Han Solo movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I no, that totally makes sense, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he's able to pull it off.
Yeah.
So, next up, movie and TV news. Tyrese does the worst threat of all time.
I'm gonna leave the franchise. Bye.
Yeah, dumb. Tyrese Gibson, aka the Coca-Cola Kid, is refusing to come back to the Fast and Furious film franchise if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson appears in the film. Talk amongst yourself while I yell at my dog.
Look, I mean, I don't know who he's threatening. Apparently, Tyrese has a ton of legal issues.
Yeah.
He's got a restraining order pending against him by his ex-wife and his daughter. And he's blaming The Rock for it. He's like, this is your fault. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure if you have a restraining order leveled against you by your wife, The Rock ain't got shit to do with it.
Right.
But he's keeping him from eating, yo.
Oh.
I don't know. Look.
I need help with my legal fees. Okay,
I got millionaires and billionaire friends and don't nobody want to help me, yo. Like, I find it very difficult to feel sorry for this man. There is no reason to want to not be in this movie just because you don't like someone.
Right.
Reportedly, Vin Diesel didn't like The Rock, right? But they're men and they understand they got to get this money.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody, like, Vin Diesel is not a stupid man. He sounds dumb. But he's not an idiot. And
he's not letting somebody fuck his money up.
Right. And for someone who is in such financial distress, I just don't understand why he's being overly emotional. I really don't think that's a part of manology.
Tyrese has been in how many billion-dollar Fast and Furious movies? A few of them now.
Been in all of them.
He's been in
first two.
He's been in two.
He wasn't in Tokyo Drift.
He was in like 2, 4,
5, 6, 7.
He's been in all
8.
but 3, I think.
Yeah. So where the fuck did all that money go?
I mean, I don't know that he's pulling in
He's
like.
probably not.
I mean,
he's probably not pulling in like hundreds of millions of dollars, but he should not be in dire financial straits that he's.
Well, rich people saying dire financial straits, like, I've only got $10 million in the bank. How am I going to survive?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take it.
He also has a music career.
Right.
He's got his new rap album coming out.
Shut up.
About to be that new hot.
And let's not forget,
you're gonna be mad if it's good.
He was also in. He's also got Transformers money, guys.
Right.
That's right. He wasn't a
He's in 2 of the highest grossing film series. Period.
How the fuck did?
So
how do I not have more money?
You need a new agent, bro.
You don't sing.
You need a money manager or something.
You're right.
His fucking bullshit Instagram statement. Hello, loyal fans and loved ones from our Fast universe. I'm sorry to announce that if Dwayne,
he's
putting an
name wrong.
Dwayne is in Fast 9, there will be no more Roman Pierce. You mess with family and my daughter's survival, I will mess with yours.
Out.
And I'm like, what the fuck is The Rock doing
Close your
to
eyes,
your
dude.
daughter?
You're a clown.
Quotes clown. Hashtag candy ass bitch made. Yeah. No,
he spelled his character's name wrong, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy who cares so much about this franchise and everybody that's in it can't even be bothered to Google his own character name. Come on, yo.
First of all, he spelled Pierce that way incorrectly.
Yeah,
right. Just with the I, the E and the I
right.
fucking switched.
How is
and
it?
Then I looked it up. It's PEARCE.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And nigga is I before E, except after a C.
That's not always true.
But like most.
Who the fuck is
he
asking?
Spelled it wrong either way.
No one's asking for a Roman Pierce movie.
No. And I would argue this is his best.
Really?
No. I would argue this is his best role because
without
he's
a doubt,
just being himself.
Right. I mean, look, the last Fast and Furious, what was that? Fast 8. that was the best he was in this entire series. Like they wrote him really well.
I preferred him in 6 and 7 as opposed to 8. Like
I think 6 and 7 was. I don't know why. I can't believe I'm about to say this. He was slightly more subtle in 6 and 7.
Yeah, that's true.
He was over the fucking top.
Yeah.
Well,
it was still funny, but
in 6 he had the best moment of all of those, which is where he was going down the line of like all the their doubles.
Yeah.
He was like, look, this guy is they were looking at another team of bad guys, and he was like, well, this guy is clearly you, and this guy's clearly you. And it was, because that's kind of exactly what it was. And it was actually really funny. But again,
dude needs to fucking get his life in order.
He needs to shut the fuck up. That's what he needs to do.
Look, I personally wouldn't go out on Instagram if I were him saying all this shit. Like, you're making a threat with literally no leverage.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? That would be like one of you going, well, like, if you don't come to my demands, I'm not going to come to your house anymore. Like, okay. Click, doors locked. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, that's not it. Like, he has zero leverage. You're a nobody in Hollywood,
right?
Comparatively to The Rock. The Rock is everywhere,
right?
No one is going to pass up the chance. Now, that being said, I'm surprised that the issues that Vin Diesel had with The Rock in 8. Like, they never had any screen time together, right? Like, barely. Yeah. Like, they had
barely any screen time.
They literally talked to each other like 1 second in the beginning. And actually, I think The Rock said something to him, and his character doesn't answer, which is why they did the whole storyline of him like betraying them, right? So he could be away from him.
And they probably weren't even in the same scene because they were talking to each other while in cars, right? Like, The Rock was in a car, shot of The Rock, and then Vin Diesel's in a car, shot of Vin Diesel, like never the two on the screen at the same time.
Right, exactly. So, like, they didn't have any shared time because they hate each other or whatever. I'm surprised I'm surprised Vin Diesel hasn't been like, this is my franchise. Go do your spinoff. You're done.
Right.
Like,
because he's smart. Well, and he knows, and he's using The Rock to bring in dollars. Like, he's not, like, he ain't stupid, yo. I just...
If I'm Tyrese, I get it. The Rock's a dick. Like, I think he's legitimately right about that. But I'm not going to let somebody fuck my money up. I'd be like, yeah, he's a dick. Whatever.
And here's the thing.
Can I get another check?
like
this
Tyrese is fucking his own money up.
This kind of
that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't let somebody fuck my money up.
This kind of behavior, going on Instagram and starting all this shit and posting videos of him crying and all that crazy dramatic bullshit. That's not going to help you get jobs in the future, man.
Right.
Like, beef with The Rock aside, like that kind of crazy, like borderline psychopath nonsense. Like, no one's going to want to work with you. Yeah, with his fucking ex. Like, nah, no one wants that.
That dude needs help, man. Like, and I actually kind of feel sorry for him. I think he needs help. I think he legitimately is really distraught over losing custody of his daughter for whatever reason, probably because he tried to sleep with her to Marvin Gaye music. But I do think, like, I think that guy's losing it. And it's actually kind of sad to watch.
He needs help, but I don't really care if he gets it.
Okay, here's a good question. Which interchangeable black actor do you make Roman?
Man, any black comedian.
Michael Blackson.
I would put fucking, what's his name?
Kevin Hart.
Deion Cole in there.
Yo,
that's an upgrade, dude. Deion Cole is
funny as shit.
Yeah,
I saw Deion Cole in stand up. He's hilarious.
You know what? I support that 100%. That's good.
There you go.
Deion Cole's funny as shit.
And he's super tall, so he can actually look fucking Vin Diesel and The Rock in the eye.
And he also has his comedy is subtle too.
Yeah,
his comedy is always like, the fuck is going on? Like, what are you guys up to? Like, yeah, no, that's
like
fine.
Literally anybody. Like, I can see Craig Robinson do it.
Oh, Craig Robinson would be good.
Like literally anybody.
Yeah, you know what? Deion Cole. I actually really
I would actually like to see Deion.
And you know what? Deion Cole will take that job in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's like,
nigga, you fucked up.
Fucking Fast and Furious. Yes.
Give me my money. Yeah, come on. I'll do it. I can hang on a door as you throw it into the ice water or whatever. Like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. So this is kind of sad news or sort of bothersome.
Irritating.
That's probably a better word. Thor Ragnarok originally had a scene including hints to, not hints, but it was
pretty explicit.
Not explicit like, they're like,
they're fucking scissoring, like.
Scissor me tempers. But they had a scene showing that Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson in Thor Ragnarok, is bisexual. And they cut the scene, which apparently they showed in early critic screeners, but then they cut it later on.
So was it her just kissing some other chick?
No, it was her. It was like her in her room and whatever, and like a woman like getting dressed and walking out. That was it.
Oh, if they're going to be an extended cut.
I'm asking for a friend. Thompson. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she looked great.
Look, I'd smash.
Really? Yeah, she looked great in that movie. Yeah,
I just like look.
Everyone at this table was like,
we have found common ground.
If nothing else.
I think it's a little irritating.
Is it because of, what is it, PG-13?
Yeah, it's PG-13, but there have been PG-13 movies with hints to LGBT orientations in the past. So I
QI plus.
Yeah, whatever. It's
iPod. What?
It's a little irritating given that they made such a big deal. They were like, we've got Valkyrie and she's bi, and I was like, neat. Bi. And then they were like, you don't actually see anything.
Yeah, it's a real shame though.
I mean, here's the thing: she doesn't really have anything with any of the male characters in that movie.
She literally has one moment where she kind of looks at Thor and it's like, yeah, they would probably both, power fuck each other.
She gives him that I'd smash.
And that's literally it. So. In fairness to the movie, it doesn't have any moments of romance.
Yeah, there's no romantic subplot whatsoever.
I mean, they literally talk about him getting dumped by Jane. It's like, she didn't dump me. I dumped her. She's the dumpy. Why are you all mad, Thor? Calm down.
But yeah,
sucks.
It was something where when we saw the movie, and I didn't mention this in the review, but knowing that Valkyrie was bi going in, I was like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, what are they gonna
do to show that she's bi? Fucking nothing. Apparently, nothing.
Apparently, bi women show no sexuality whatsoever, except towards men. Okay. Next up, Marvel's New Warriors will no longer air on Freeform, and that title sounds bad, but apparently, New Warriors tested pretty well, so now they're like, let's not put it on Freeform where no one will see it.
No one's gonna watch it.
Yeah, so now they're Marvel is shopping it around to real channels.
Yeah,
which is cool. Great, put it on Hulu. Fuck it.
Right.
The Runaways is going there, and apparently the Runaways early buzz is fucking crazy good. Everyone's like, this show is the shit. So New Warriors is getting a 10 episode live action premiere in 2018. There was a quote from the Marvel Entertainment president, Dan Buckley, that said, and this is how you know it's not that the show sucks or anything. It says, we are extremely excited about Marvel's New Warriors and look forward to finding a perfect partner to launch the series in 2018. There was also another quote in a different article that was like, we're super happy with it, everything else, and that Freeform's schedule is completely packed.
Basically, Freeform didn't have a good enough primetime slot for them to put it in. So they were like, okay, well, fuck you. We'll see you later.
I mean, honestly, if I'm them, put it on ABC. You're going to need something after that shit show in Humans. You're going to have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why not do this in 2018 after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. goes off?
Make it the summer premiere.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't see why not. So, especially because it's a comedy, it could work. And it's testing well. So, Again, proving that Scott Buck was a terrible choice for showrunners because everything he touches is garbage and everything else seems to work. So, God damn it.
I still haven't seen an entire episode of Inhumans.
I didn't watch anything past the premiere. How about that?
I saw half of the premiere. It was on at the gym while I was there once, and I was just.
And you had no audio.
No, I didn't plug into the audio, but I was like, "This looks like."
I refuse. No.
I was like, "This looks like trash."
You're not wrong.
I feel like I was pretty spot on.
Yeah. No, you nailed it. Netflix cancels House of Cards. Says they are deeply troubled. over Kevin Spacey's shenanigans.
Indiscretions.
Kevin Spacey was obviously busted by Anthony Rapp, who was on Star Trek Discovery. And he said, Anthony Rapp said when he was 14 years old, Kevin Spacey was like trying to holler at him. And then there's all these other allegations, I guess. Yeah,
there's some more stuff about, like, I forget the other actor, but there's like another actor who was like, I was a young teenager and Kevin Spacey was in his 20s and was making inappropriate moves and whatnot. I think what really... Oh, wow. I'm right now. House of Cards employees allege sexual harassment and assault by Kevin Spacey.
God damn, House of Cards
employees?
Come on, Frank. Come on.
Again, I think Jesus before Christ. This, if we're just looking at the rap situation, it would have been one thing if Kevin Spacey had come out and been like, hey, I fucked up, what I did was wrong.
Sorry.
And, I'm going to do what I can to make it right. And I shouldn't have happened in the first place, whatever. But instead, he was like,
I'm gay.
And also, I don't remember that happening because I was drunk in my 20s. And
dude, one, you were not in. Were you in your 20s, my guy? Were you? Because how old is Kevin Spacey?
26. He was 26.
He was in this. I mean, of course, this happened in the 80s. So
86. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, so just to read the story on CNN that broke an hour ago.
They're like, yo, I have a picture of myself at 14. I look like a fucking child.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, what was the kid? Yeah, why was there a 14-year-old at this party?
8 people.
Hollywood is fucked up.
8 people who currently work on the show or worked on it in the past tell CNN that Spacey made the set of House of Cards into a toxic work environment through a pattern of sexual harassment. One former employee told CNN that Spacey sexually assaulted him. The former production assistant, whose account has never previously been disclosed, told CNN that Spacey sexually assaulted him during one of the show's early seasons. All 8 people, each of whom spoke to CNN on the condition of anonymity for fear of professional repercussions, described Spacey's behavior as predatory, saying it included non-consensual touching and crude comments, as well as targeted production staffers who were typically young and male.
There's part of me that wishes that I worked on House of Cards so that could happen to me and just punch Kevin Spacey in the face. He'd be like, hello, and it's just like, bam! Like, oh my God, what was that for? This nigga touched my ass. Like, sorry. I had to punch Kevin Spacey in the face. Sorry, Frank.
The former PA who spoke with CNN said Spacey sexually assaulted him one afternoon when the assistant was assigned to drive to an off-site location to pick up Spacey and bring him to the House of Cards set, which is located about 30 miles outside of Baltimore. The PA says that when he and Spacey were just minutes away from the set, and while the car was moving, Spacey, who was driving, put his hands down the PA's assistant pants. The PA...
I'd choke that nigga out.
What the we PA... dying today. Fuck you. You don't get to fucking touch me. Nah, yo.
The PA told CNN that the touching was non-consensual. I was in a state of shock.
All white dudes is fucking wild.
Here's the thing.
What did I say?
He said, I was in a state of shock. He was a man in a very powerful position on the show, and I was someone very low on the totem pole on the food chain there. That's all it is. It's him. It's him. Yeah.
I just like
fuck that dude.
Like you're getting a little too method into this Frank Underwood character. Bro.
He's like, no, I'm doing it for the show. Like, dude, get off of what are we doing here? Where's Claire? What's going on? Yeah, I am blown away by that. It's interesting because when he came out and he said, look, I mean, it was like the worst kept secret in Hollywood is that he was bisexual or gay. Yeah. Right. Obviously
on the show, whatever.
Right, exactly. And look, I think Kevin Spacey is a great actor. I like Kevin Spacey before this, right? Interestingly enough, I know a woman who is a local actress who has been on The Wire, and she was also on House of Cards. And she had a scene with Kevin Spacey, and she was like, Kevin Spacey is the biggest asshole I have ever met.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Months ago, probably a year ago, way before any of this kind of, not like sexually or whatever, not with her, but she was like, he is a fucking asshole. Yeah, like he's a real asshole. And that's always been like a known thing, is that he's just been like a prick for years.
Wow, a white man in a position of power is not only an asshole to everyone around him, but also sexually abuses people lower on the totem pole than him.
I mean, you said it. I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not.
So, you know, I actually, when he came out and said, "Hey guys, it turns out I'm gay," shocking news. I had that response, like that initial mental response, and I even wrote it in one of the groups. Like, I'm not excusing anything that he did. Obviously, didn't know about all of the other people who were coming out right after this. But you are going to continue to have crazy wackadoo shit like this. One, because people don't speak out, right? Like, that's a big part of it. Mm-hmm. But also that Spacey's generation weren't allowed to come out.
Right. Boomers were not allowed to come out.
They were not allowed to come out. And that's not excusing what he did. That doesn't mean it's like an excuse to fucking try to fuck a 14-year-old, whatever gender you want to have sex with. Doesn't matter. But like that sort of crazy, abhorrent behavior comes from people going, no, like I'm not telling the truth about myself constantly.
I have a friend,
and that shit comes out. It happens over and over and over again.
I have a friend whose dad is same generation boomers. He's in his 60s. And he's divorcing his wife because not that he realized that he was gay, but he realized he was bi, and for years suppressed part of that self, and eventually cheated on his wife with a man, and obviously that'll destroy a marriage.
So you just
but yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that it took this long for people in the queer community to be like, hey, cool. I'm queer. Yeah. It's whatever. Because, you know, up until the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or so,
shit's not cool.
It was like the threat of violence a lot of the time. And or being completely ostracized from your job or your family or whatnot. So, I mean, I've got plenty of family members who do not know that I'm queer. And that's fine because...
We'll be sending them a copy of this episode.
Great.
She said she wanted to have sex with not just a woman, a black woman in a movie. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She's not only is she bisexual, but she's also biracial. Curious, I guess.
Sure.
The fucked up thing about his apology was that it basically continues the stereotype of homosexuality is fucked up.
Right.
Because, I'm gay, that's why I did it. Like, no, dude, don't say that.
Right.
And come on, dog.
Right, and that was my problem with it, right? It's like, it was like a weird, like, shitty smoke pellet. Like, like wait, what? Like, I'm a hero now. Like, no, dude, you still try to fuck that kid. Like
that's not one of the tenets of homosexuality. Like, I get to fuck children. Like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
And like it again,
it continues
in the
Satan Bible. Like,
it continues the shitty stereotype that the far right came up with a long time ago, that if you're gay, then you want to prey on children, which are not even remotely related to each other.
Right. But it helps their cause. It was really fucked up, Frank. Asshole.
Yeah.
He's a Republican in the show, right?
No, he's a Democrat.
He's a Democrat.
You can't do that show as a... You could never do House of Cards.
They would
go crazy.
Or blow their brains out.
Yeah. No, they're the Clintons. They're the hyper version of the Clintons. That's all they are.
That is.
Except for Frank is the one who's bi, where everyone knows that Hillary's bi. Right? Everyone knows that. Obviously. Because that's
hashtag pantsuit nation.
Pantsuit nation.
I always thought of Hillary as just completely asexual, like Pat from Saturday Night Live.
That's really transphobic, actually. Like, when you think about it, I was having that conversation with my wife. Like, Pat is a really transphobic character. Like, that shit is not acceptable.
It's not, no.
Pat and her life, or Pat and its life partner, Chris. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit's unacceptable.
No.
They made a whole movie. It was hilarious.
Was it?
What the fuck?
They did, yeah.
They made a movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was on the.
It was literally called circle. It's Pat. That's fucked up. It's amazing what you could get away with 15 years ago.
Yeah. Not that long ago.
Right. Like my brain worked. I remember when that came out. Like, it wasn't 4. the world is
it was
fucked
1994. That was 23 years ago.
Again,
still
not
the
that
sex symbol of the. Look at this motherfucking poster.
Yo.
Look at that shit.
Like that was the joke of the skit. Like what are you? And then people would try to hit on Pat, but they would never know if they could hit on her because the rules say.
But it's not her. We didn't know what Pat was.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's amazing.
That's a joke, guys. That was a long-running joke on the longest-running variety show ever.
Still on TV.
It is still on. That should be on for 50 years almost.
Yeah, with fucking Lorne Michaels at the helm of it the entire time.
Jesus Christ. How old is Lorne Michaels?
100.
70s?
Yeah, he started that shit in his 20s, which is crazy to me. Yeah, comedy is not timeless.
No,
it's not timeless. There's some shit you cannot do. There's a movie that we will never do a story. Hey, they're doing a reboot of It's Pat. No. Not unless you just have trans activists just beating the shit out of that character.
Here's the
Unless
thing.
it's a biopic of Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak is a dick, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. And that other woman, was it Vanna White? She doesn't even spin the letters anymore, you lazy.
She goes,
Press.
She just,
Bing.
she just touches, they light up for her. She
Bing.
just goes. She gets paid an inordinate amount of money to do that. I mean, she's got to pay for all that facial surgery. So.
Hey.
Vanna White still looks 35 and she's 68 years old.
I ain't mad about
She's
it.
made of plastic.
Hey, you know what? They did a better job on her than they did on Dolly Parton. So.
Oh, damn. Do you know Dolly Parton is tatted up like crazy?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, full sleeves and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I like Dolly Parton.
Yo, she's fully fucking tatted. Yeah, that's why you never see her.
You
without
see
sleeves.
her
interesting.
face and
Tits.
then this.
Tits McGee. Bam. That's all she's got. Are those real?
No.
So she got them shits way back in the day then.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive they are not real.
I always thought she was just a busty gal, a buxom lady.
She has 100% at least had enhancements.
I mean, God bless.
Look.
Look, I
Public image.
Is that her?
That's not Dolly Parton.
no. But she is tatted.
I
She's
don't
super
think I'm
tatted
right.
up though. See, look at this image. You can see him under her.
Oh yeah, there they go.
She's super tatted
Oh
up.
snap!
I
son.
would really like to go to Dollywood.
I would not.
Well, that's fair.
A black man in Dollywood. That doesn't feel like something I would do at all.
My parents have a house in Tennessee.
You should go. And
I
you know
should.
what? You should film it.
And just be like,
What
Yo,
the
what
fuck
the
is going on? Holy shit.
Because
these
I
old
am
white
in-
people are wiling. That's going to be the title of this episode.
I'm pretty fucking far left leaning, and Tennessee is not.
Well, parts of Tennessee are.
The part where my parents bought a house is.
Yeah.
They're closer to Nashville.
I want to go to Tennessee and get some hot chicken. That's what I want.
Yeah, you can come with me. Got a place for you to stay.
There you go. Good. I like not paying for hotels. 'Cause I'm cheap black. Also, I need support down there. I'm going there by myself. Fuck out of here. I need a
Go with me and my husband.
yeah. So I need some white bodyguards. Hey, what are you doing down here? With them getting hot chicken together. It's cool. It's cool. MAGA. Next up, Flashpoint is apparently dependent on the success of Justice League. So the DCEU, if you want to call it that, is planning on doing Flashpoint. But the talk is if Justice League does not so great, they will probably scrap the idea and either not do a solo Flash movie or do a smaller Flash movie. Here's an idea. Why don't you just do a smaller Flash movie, period?
Or if it fails, do Flashpoint and then recast everybody.
It could be your reboot.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it came back. Look, the funny thing is, the actors are not the problem.
No, the writing and the
Yeah,
direction is the problem.
can you reboot all of that shit so that Batman versus Superman doesn't exist?
Look, if the X-Men franchise managed to pull off erasing X3 from its history, then DCEU can probably pull off some sort of there's no such thing as Martha bullshit. So
that would be hilarious if they were just like, nah, don't even worry about that. Fine with it. Good. They should. That movie stinks. So
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's probably for the
No,
best.
don't bother.
No, not going to.
Just watch a couple of clips on YouTube. You'll be fine. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/premium. Sign up for premium content just like Will and Lisa did this week. It's $5 a month or $50 for the full year. You not only get this show in full HD video, but you also get a number of our premium shows like our full episodes of our political podcast, Look Forward, that I host, along with Andy, The Airing of Grievances, which is a Seinfeld podcast that Mike and I host that comes back next week. The Men with the Golden Tongues, which is our James Bond podcast that has a new episode this week on Casino Royale. And a bunch of other things are coming. So check all that out. thenerdpocalypse.com/premium. Again, $5 a month or $50 for the full year. All right. What the Fuck brought to you by JTD. Carrie, take it away.
This is really tame as far as what I usually get. So we're familiar with the concept of the Death Note. Yes.
Yes.
You write someone's name in it and they die. Someone in Japan has created a website called the Dana Death Note, or the Husband Death Note, which allows women in Japan to openly hope for the death of their husbands by airing their grievances with their spouse. There's no minimum requirement or maximum limit of husbandly sins for those calling on the cosmos to snuff their hubby out of living existence. The sheer number of posts on the site has now prompted the publisher Takarajima to release a physical printed version of the Husband Death Note tales.
That's fucked up.
Among the quotes, no, because it's like an anonymous posting.
Fuck you, Steve. I would like that they're just like, wow, really? Quote, come home as a corpse? Jesus.
Yeah, you're still alive. Please stop beating immediately. Heart of my husband. I'm planning on suing.
Yo, that was
here's
eloquent
a good one.
and fucked up.
Like a haiku.
Stop beating heart of my husband.
God damn.
I'm planning on suing you and the woman you're having an affair with for financial reparations. So go get your asses to work and make some money, you stupid chimps.
You know, I support that one. That's not bad.
Yo,
you have no technique in bed. You have no technique in bed. You're worse at sex than an elementary school kid.
Wait a minute.
Sell your kidney so we can finally get out of the financial debt that's loomed over us ever since we got married. You're nothing more than an ATM to me, you piece of shit.
Jesus Christ.
I cannot forgive my husband's domestic violence or immoral behavior.
Oh, that's sad.
A lot of these complaints listed...
Hold on. Read the last one.
Oh, what?
The best one.
Last one. Anyway, die, husband.
Like, succinct and to the point.
The hope is by getting those negative feelings out of their systems, the book can make readers' lives more bearable, even as it encourages them to wish for the death of someone
it's going to make them want to kill these people. You can't write that. You can't write that shit down. You write it down, then it really means something. It's one thing in your head.
That's like saying, hey, go punch a pillow to deal with your anger. That'll help. Like, no, it trains you to punch things.
This is unacceptable. I kind of need this in the U.S.
Oh yeah, I'd love a translated version of this.
No, I mean I need American women. Yo, it would be crazy. Listen, Tyrone, you ain't shit. Like, nah, man, I need this in America. This is amazing.
Of course, this says the allegations of extramarital affairs and domestic abuse in some of the stories seem more like the sort of things victims should be discussing with a divorce attorney or the police, as opposed to blowing off steam on the internet about.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Basically, women are saying how their husbands ain't shit in a book that wishes for them to die.
Yo, Japanese women be wildin'.
Yo.
This is hilarious.
Please stop beating heart of my husband. Like, God damn. I'm like,
it's beautifully written.
Yeah. I can see that in a cross stitch. Like,
I got this for you. What? That's fucked up. Oh man, that's good. That's good. God bless.
Micah,
you're up.
A healthy 30-year-old man in Stockholm wanted to increase both girth and length of his penis using a process where fat is transferred from his belly to his penis.
Oh, this is what this is like Brazilian women do to their ass.
Yeah.
A description of the case in the Journal of Forensic Sciences explains that surgeons had finished the elongation portion of the surgery and were in the enlargement part, which involved injecting the patient with 2 fluid ounces of his own fat cells when things went wrong.
Yeah, of course they did.
The fat leaked into his veins and traveled up into his lungs, which resulted in a lung embolism, rupturing his blood vessels. Jesus. The patient, who was found to have no prior heart conditions, ended up having a heart attack on the operating table. Despite attempts from doctors to perform CPR, the man passed away 2 hours later. Yeah.
Yo,
just leave your dick alone. Either that or you know what you do.
That's a life lesson. Leave your
dick alone.
Look, you're born with what you're born with. Just put in work.
Right. Do what I did and get a woman who is 1.5 foot shorter than you. And you will be all good. It's all good.
I was going to say
my wife is 7 inches. My wife is 8 inches shorter than me. I'm good.
It's all good, man.
My husband and perception. I are the same height, and I have no complaints.
There you go. Yeah, look at that. Big Willie style, Chris. I see you out there. I see you out there living your best life. I don't even need a woman who's a different height. I'll just pick someone the same. All right, big dick.
Chris is fucking the Peter North of nerds.
No big deal. I'm 5'9". Just calm down over there.
Whoa, I almost fell. Because
yes, thank you.
Shut up. Kickstand.
Yes, thank you. Very good.
This sucks.
Yeah.
But, maybe if you've got enough fat cells to be taken out of your belly and putting in your dick, maybe try doing a crunch and that'll make your dick look bigger.
Damn.
I mean,
she's
not wrong.
No, I'm just going to cause my laptop because it doesn't really get any better than that.
You're right. It's all about perspective, man. Like if you got a gunt hiding your dick.
A gunt?
Yeah, a gut cunt. You got one of them hiding your dick. Like you gotta, like Gary said, and fucking tighten that shit up.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same reason why you should trim down there because then a trimmed forest makes a tree look bigger. That's how it works.
There you go.
Nah.
I mean, it depends. Look, it depends.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Look. It depends on what you start with. Are you starting with a sapling or an oak tree? I mean, you can only do so much.
Look, my protest against that: you either wax or you do nothing. Because you know what's the most uncomfortable thing on earth? Fucking 2 millimeter long stubble grinding up against you. That's fucking. That's the worst.
I'm just saying you gotta keep it under control. You gotta keep it under control. Don't look. I'm not into porn. I'm not waxing my balls.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You doing a fat transfer there, Terrence?
I don't need to.
That is the proper answer. There you go. This dude was 30 years old.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
How small was his dick?
That's what I want to know.
It'd be pretty goddamn small if you're 30 years old. And,
You know what? I'm going to call it right now. A woman laughed at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 He pulled his dick out and was like, oh, okay. Is this what we're working with? And he was just like, I need to get surgery.
I was in the pool.
Significant shrinkage. Yeah. No, somebody laughed at him. I mean, maybe it was a guy too. I mean, who knows? Huh. But somebody was not impressed, and he was just like, he couldn't take it. Guys,
men
are super sensitive about this.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, look. I've slept with dudes.
Yeah.
I know for a fact how sensitive they are about their fucking weenies.
That's a classic guy. Yeah, just tell me how big it is.
Yeah.
I've never said that.
Many guys do.
You ain't white.
I feel
white boys.
I don't know if I should be offended or not. That's a stereotype. Not all of us have big penises.
White boys are the worst. In general.
I don't disagree with you there.
This episode has been the most shade on white men of all time. Yeah, you need to be knocked down a peg.
No, I just feel like men in general, you got a small penis, learn to please your women in other ways.
Yeah, just figure out other shit, man.
You got these, you got one of these, work it.
Yeah. Look, there's dudes out there with micro penises. They're still making it happen. Or just buy a strap-on if you can do it. Just buy a strap-on. I mean, that's sad, I would argue, but I mean, do what you got to do.
Hey, look, you got to do it. And to the point, like, look, again, I've explained that I'm a grower, not a shower. So it's like, it ain't shit there if I'm not aroused. You're like, oh, that's it? Oh, get me aroused.
Hold on a second.
You want to see me when I'm aroused. And the shit just gets engorged and green. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, go to it. I know black guys don't like to go to doctors. Go to a doctor. There's something wrong with you. It has a different personality. Okay, that seems weird.
It's fine.
It's prehensile. No.
Why is it talking? This is bothersome. Terrence, you're up. I don't know, but it's your story.
I'm not. This is just weird. Artist plays dead at popular tourist spots to protest selfie craze. So some woman just plays dead.
Some white bitch with nothing better to do.
I mean, God, we gotta have you on the show more.
You're saying the things that we can't say. We're thinking. Because like my immediate response is, this is some Yakubian nonsense.
Like this is just stupid. Like she just goes to just tourist spots and just lays there like she's dead.
Look.
And just nobody says anything?
Yeah, people just look at her like, what the fuck?
She's got her head in a fucking thing of water. At a certain point, I feel like you're going to have to get up.
Yeah, who's
this dude is dressed as a clown and is like, what the fuck are you
doing?
And you look like the idiot.
Look,
right.
I've definitely reached the point where on occasion I too will want to lie face down on the ground because the world is a fucking terrible place and I don't want to deal with it anymore.
That is fair.
But I don't do that in public. And two, I don't have people take pictures of me because I'm not a white bitch who craves attention all the time.
Yeah.
This is just...
Yeah,
stupid. What the fuck?
Yeah.
like this is literally just like a what the fuck story. Why?
I don't get it. This is the selfie craze. Okay.
Protesting the selfie craze by taking selfies of myself lying face down on the floor. Fuck you.
Yeah,
you make me. You disgust me.
You are what's wrong with the world. Now go get yourself a pumpkin spice latte.
I'm gonna combat the selfie craze by having a picture of me taken.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
White people logic.
Yeah.
I'm going to protest Starbucks by going to Starbucks and having them write Jesus on the cup.
Right. Just for those motherfuckers to be like, cafe latte for Jesus?
That's what I would do. Fuck you, dude.
You, man.
It's Jesus. Well, too late now. You can only take it once. Fuck off. Say Merry Christmas. Cafe latte for a happy holiday. Suck my dick. Face. Oh, we're gonna call Starbucks. Go ahead and call corporate, asshole. What are you? They gonna get mad?
We got a salted caramel mocha for a Chris tea.
Yeah. Like who's mad at the teenager who
it's
works
like,
at a fucking
we already got
bar?
your money, you dumb cunt.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
That is the dumbest fucking protest. Yeah, we're gonna spend more money at Starbucks. Okay, like Starbucks is like, you want to have another protest? Go ahead. We're getting paid. Look, come protest us. Sign up for premium content, and then cancel. Go ahead. We'll take your money, and then I'll close your account. It's very simple. Super easy. I dare you. I'll just say this, just to maybe make you mad. Fuck Jesus. How about that? Who cares?
God damn.
I think you need something to really piss him off. Happy holidays, right?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Mm-hmm. It's the holiday season. I worked in retail long enough. I once said happy holidays to someone who was like 2 days before Christmas, and they were like, "It's Christmas," and I was just like, "It's Hanukkah now.
Right.
It's Christmas in 2 days. Happy holidays."
I imagine you just like putting your 2 fingers on the head. It's fucking Hanukkah. Like, that girl, I think she's a Jew. She seems very upset about it.
Oh, I would love for you to wish someone a happy Kwanzaa. You'd have just wish a white lady happy Kwanzaa.
If I knew when Kwanzaa was,
nobody knows.
I don't know what
it.
Welcome to the club.
It's a good thing I don't work in retail anymore.
I don't know. They like the fucking blood Nora. Who knows?
The blood.
It's all
they were jealous of the Jews.
Kwanzaa.
Like, we want 8 days of presents. Like,
and then they came up with a bunch of made up African
Kwanzaa
words.
starts on December 26th.
Is that one? Yes. Emoja?
And ends on January 1st.
Yeah, so the week after Christmas.
Yeah, and like Hanukkah has...
No black person celebrates Kwanzaa. But
That's not true. I celebrated once. 1 year.
Did you?
Yeah, we had it was at your parents' neighbor's house. They had like a super blackety black celebration.
A theme party? That's what they had?
It was the Juneteenth party from fucking Atlanta, basically. It's a joke. It was great. The toys were shitty, though. Like, the gifts were shitty.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you separate out the days, you don't get anything good. You get just a bunch of garbage over 8 days.
Yeah.
Look, my birthday is 2 days after Christmas, and that is shitty enough on its own.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, happy birthday to me and Jesus. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to cockblock me there, J-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ. Literally. Next up, my story. Israeli startup develops an app to help small dick people to prevent them from having premature ejaculation. Just think about baseball. Everyone already knows this.
What?
Virility Medical, which operates within the technology incubator of NGT3 in the northern Israeli city of Nazareth. Interesting. Announced they successfully completed a clinical trial in human males using a patch placed between the anus and scrotum. Oh, the taint.
The taint.
Or the, if you're a woman, that's where you can get a episiotomy and get a vaginus. Yeah, that's what it's called. That's a medical term.
Oh, what?
What?
A vaginus.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what an episiotomy is? Like when a woman gives birth, they take the fucking scissors and they cut the space between your vagina and your asshole.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. No one should ever have to do that. But if you're going to have a kid, surprise.
Yeah.
Either that baby's going to make a vaginus or they're going to have to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having kids sounds painful.
That's why I ain't having them. Also, they're expensive and they're disgusting.
God damn.
I mean, kids are dirty as fuck.
They really are. They are just germs. just giant germs.
People are like, oh, babies are so cute. And I'm like, it's a fleshy potato.
God damn. I mean, they eventually...
Babies are not cute.
Yeah.
Everyone's baby is ugly. I got friends who got babies. Their baby is ugly. I'm going to tell them to their face that their baby's ugly, but their baby ugly as shit because every baby is ugly.
I will say this. White babies are uglier than
Wait, hey.
They, look, sorry. Those white babies are ugly.
It's because they're pink and they're wrinkly.
Dude, no, they don't have any, like...
They look like little mole rats. They're fucking gross.
White babies are not attractive. Babies of color are more attractive, but they're still ugly, too. But, yeah, that's true. These are facts. This is a scientific fact.
Oh, my God.
The application says a low-frequency electrical current that contracts the muscle between... the muscle responsible for ejaculation and delays it. So just as you're about to bust said nut, this app is like, and then you're just like, oh shit, I can't, and then you just keep banging. You down for this?
I don't like things near my penis.
That's fair.
That are
like,
electroshocking you into
electroshock therapy into like
stamina.
Just work harder.
Just get your cardio up. I don't know how many times I have to say this on this podcast. Just get your goddamn cardio.
Has nothing with
right. Just take a break.
Ejaculation.
Yeah.
It does for me, incidentally. Like the better my cardio is, the better I do.
Okay. Again,
I'm just saying.
I don't a lot about you motherfuckers this week. That's a whole lot.
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here. I know your ass ain't.
Vaginus might be my new favorite word.
Yeah.
Like, so you just electrocute yourself
into fucking longer
to keep yourself from coming.
Do you think that Jared has to use this to make it to the end of him and Ivanka's 21-minute fuck playlist?
Yo, how do you fuck to ordinary people?
I don't know. It creeps me out.
I like that song.
When you are rich as fuck and your dad is the president, that's when you fuck to ordinary people and you get off to it.
That's a super weird song to bang to.
Like yo, no.
It's about like struggling, making $20,000 a year.
No,
They're like,
it's not about making money at all.
No, I know. It's just about
just
living.
They just like it's two people just. A nigga cheated on his girlfriend. Like if you listen to the lyrics,
hey, maybe that's what they're into,
and it's just wrong. Like don't. And then the beat, like how do you fuck no?
Because
Jared, you know what Jared Kushner looks like he's into? Fucking water sports. That's what he looks like he's into. Look at that goddamn dude's face and tell me
someone's peed on it. That's true. That's probably true. First off, I don't appreciate this.
Fuck that guy.
I mean,
but
that dude doesn't have balls. I mean, like he doesn't sound like it.
No. He's got to find other ways to get his dick hard.
I'm in charge of the opioid crisis in the Middle East.
This goddamn song.
We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go because we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow.
Oh, that's the part.
Right.
That's the part,
That's
right?
when he slows down.
Yeah, he's like, but it's the second song on the playlist, dog.
Yeah, because he's going real hard, and then he's like, oh,
maybe
okay.
Maybe.
How long? Like all of me, right? That really ramps up. That's the first song, so he's just like, yeah, all of me. And then he's like, we gotta slow down.
I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon. Past the infatuation.
We're past the infatuation phase. I mean, like, you done pumped out a couple kids now. Like, we passed all this bullshit. I ain't trying to.
It's like right in the thick of love. At times we get sick.
I mean, I get sick of your ass.
Seems like we argue every fucking day.
Told you your dad was guilty. God damn it.
But then maybe that's the point where he fucking hate fucks her, and then
I
know I misbehaved and you made your mistakes. Like
that's where
so weird.
That's where she punches him in the face.
Yeah,
like she's probably
she punches him and then he blows his load because that's what he's into.
Yeah, No, I feel like that's probably true.
Yeah, he's so white toast. He's so white,
toast.
like
untoasted slice of white
bread. Not even milk toast, white toast.
White toast. Wonder Bread.
They probably do some really weird shit in the bedroom.
Oh,
I can't imagine. Like,
I gotta imagine that they're just like I can't imagine them doing weird shit.
You know what they
really
probably
boring.
do? They put on those like really long ass commercials of the sad kids in Africa, and they fuck to that.
Yo,
just a nickel a day.
I think that's it.
You broke Micah. All right, quickly, Travis. You know what? They probably do. They're like, oh look, Sally Struthers is on. Get your pants on.
Right, hurry up.
Hurry up. Just for a nickel a day.
A nickel? What's that?
I just came. I don't know what happened. It's weird. It's crazy. Trailers this week.
Go to prison. God damn
it. Yeah, you'll enjoy it then. Trailers this week. The sci-fi show Happy, based on the Image comic. This looks like with Chris Maloney and Patton Oswalt doing the voice of Happy, the magical horse. This looks super wacky and crazy. I will check this out.
Yeah, I don't think it's something I'm going to go out of my way to watch, but like, I'll watch it on demand.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm surprised sci-fi has the money.
They've been kind of stepping up their program.
Some pretty decent shit lately. I don't know. But
shockingly, sci-fi shows things other than reruns of the 1990s Twilight Zone.
And lava tarantulas.
Lava
lantulas. I'm
lava
sorry.
lantulas.
Next up, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. This looks really good.
Yeah. This stars an all-star cast led by Frances McDormand and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson is this small-town sheriff, and Frances McDormand plays the mother of a daughter who was murdered. And
has no fucks left to give.
Has zero fucks left to give. She puts 3 billboards in her town, asking basically, what the fuck is the chief doing? Why haven't you solved my daughter's murder? And the chief gets upset, and it's just her quest to try and keep this story in the public eye in hopes that it'll get picked up. Look, that might sound, you need to see this trailer.
The trailer's really good. It's very good. It has...
It's a look into the personality I'm going to have when I'm 60 years old.
And apparently the movie itself is actually good. Like, it's been reviewed already. If Rotten Tomatoes does anything for you, it's like a 95.
Yeah.
And this comes out next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll check this out, actually. This looks very good. And last but certainly not least...
I am so ready.
I, Tanya. This is the Tanya Harding biopic starring Margot Robbie.
And Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, and what's her name?
Allison Janney.
Allison Janney. I think this looks really good. It feels like a Fargo. If you ever watched Fargo, the TV show, it has that feel.
They are gunning for the fucking acting Oscars on this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Look, I was very into figure skating as a kid. Was very into it.
And this takes place 1995?
So
94?
the Tanya Harding...
Fail.
Fuck off. Tanya Harding's career peaked in 1991 when she placed gold at the United States Figure Skating Championships, which was the first time that anyone in the U.S. had successfully landed a triple axel. Okay, dog's not eating my phone. Good. And she was Margot Robbie says it in the trailer. She was at one point the best figure skater in the world, and that is absolutely true. I actually watched the footage of the 91 free skate where she landed that jump, and they show it through the scores that are given, and you look at Christy Yamaguchi's face and you can see the soul draining out of her body as she slowly comes to realize she is not getting the gold in that competition. But no, Tanya Harding had a really abusive, shitty mother who's being LaVonna Golden, who's being played by...
LaVonna Golden. Wow, that's a redneck name I've ever heard of.
Who's being portrayed by Allison Janney. LaVonna was the worst stage mom on fucking earth. So Margot Robbie and Sebastian Stan actually got to sit down with Tanya Harding and Jeff Gillooly, respectively, and interview them as far as what the fuck?
Fuck is wrong with y'all?
What's going on here? So, the story...
Apparently Harding really liked the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loved it.
So I think that lends a good bit of credence to this being at least a somewhat accurate portrayal of what actually happened. Because for those who don't know, in 1994, Jeff Gillooly hired a dude to kneecap Nancy Kerrigan.
With an aspeton.
Yeah. To try and keep her out of the Olympic team. It didn't work. Nancy Kerrigan basically just ended up with a shitty bruise. She recovered. She went to the Olympics that year and she got silver, and Tanya Harding placed 8th.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because she
would have done better probably if she had just...
Tanya Harding was banned from competition after that, and she was an elite figure skater. So it's that whole story is just fucking bonkers.
Well, and it's it's sort of a morality tale, and it's just watching someone's career just tumble.
Yeah,
or not even their career; they're alive.
Yeah,
their entire life.
Because she boxed after that.
I remember that.
But she hasn't really done anything since. She remarried, she had a kid, and I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
She was on True TV doing one of those TV shows.
Yo, that's it. That's it. I was like, I know she was doing something else, man. That's TV? It. Yeah. She was on True TV doing one of those clip shows, where they show something stupid, and then they cut to some
Pop-Up Vision.
And then they cut to some like
I love the 80s type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a True TV show every week.
Okay.
That's
hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I think this trailer looks really good.
I didn't think that a Tanya Harding biopic would be so fucking interesting looking.
No, I think I was really impressed, I have to say. So check out the trailer for I, Tanya, and that is it for us this week. We will see you guys next week.
See you.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.